Now it would be interesting for us to know what are the subjects in school.
Yeah, the subjects, the various subjects, it varies by classes, but generally on a general note, they have English language, but basically at primary level they call it English, sentences, patterns and structure. They have mathematics or arithmetic. They have social studies. They have history. And they do geography, agriculture, or nature corner, or nature. And they do the sciences basically. And they do recreation, like physical health education. And they also do some aspects of agriculture. So those are some of the key subjects that the pupils learn in school. For the lower classes, class 1, class 2, they normally do basic reading and writing and counting basically. Those are some of the key subjects for class 1 and class 2. Reciting rhymes and singing a lot, doing some activities. So basically that is specific for the junior classes. So in the general note, those are some of the key subjects that they learn in school.
That's really interesting. And what is about, how's a normal day of children in a Forikolo school or in Forikolo village?
Well, the normal day of children in most of the villages are in categories. The majority of the children are orphans. And because of the family system, the extended family type, it allows for orphan children to be adopted by uncles or by aunties or by stepmothers. So basically it is flexible and it is interactive. And but there are some inadequacies. There is not enough to provide for the children at home when they have these large families, adopted children from mothers that have died or parents that are no more. So it adds more burden on those adopting. So basically it's difficult for these children to go to school. But what we did has opened up the chance for all of these children to have access to school. But basically in the morning, first in the morning, the children wake up at around 5:30 in the morning. They go to the vegetable garden to water it with watering cans. And by 6:30 they are done. They come home, they wash and they dress up and they go to school. They go for assembly in the morning, they pray and sing and they go to their various classes. They go through the morning session. They have a break between 10 and 10:30. They go in again. They have lunch between 12 and 1. Then they come in again and they go out. They leave school 2:30. So they go back home then to the farms to join their families there. So there they can find little food to eat basically, if there is some. If there is not, then they have to join their parents doing some farm work. And they have to fetch wood, they have to go in the wild to look for wild fruits to eat, and they have to do other chores as assigned to them as and when the activity or the job may arise on the farm. Then when they are coming home late in the evening, around 7:38, they carry or they fetch wood to bring home. And when they are home, well, they have no option maybe to play at night in the moonshine. If there is moonshine, if there is no moonshine, they have to sleep. Or those who are not too tired will have to study, basically. So that is a normal day before this time. But when we intervene, we realize that the children are hungry. They haven't got enough light to study, they haven't got enough books to write on. So Forikolo E.V made that provision that they have food at school and they have time to study and they are being supervised and not overburdened with work with their parents. Lots of workshops are being held with the parents not to use their children as laborers on the farms, but allow them to grow healthily and give them like minor jobs to do. So basically that is a typical day of a child. A normal day, but there are other odd days that the child really has to work. Maybe the father is ill or the mother is ill, so the child has no option but to go to the farm to look over the farm and to do some work, and maybe he has to sell, to do some petty trading somewhere, to sell some produce at the market center, bring the money for food. So basically, those are some of the chores of the child, yeah, at a minimum level, basically.